One of the funniest things I've ever heard someone say in my life was about 20 years ago, back in the college days. My friend CJ and I were part of a fraternity at a college in Ohio. It was the last weekend and pretty much most people had gone home. This other fraternity, like the football players, one of the guys was in our parking lot doing donuts, kicking rocks all over the place, hitting our cars and rocks landing in our yard. CJ, we're up on the porch, was yelling at him. The guy stops, gets out the car. He's got some friends, we've got some friends, and the guy said he would beat up CJ. CJ is a badass. He was a boxer and a wrestler. And CJ was saying, I'm not coming down there, but he's like, you come up on this porch and I will beat you back off of this porch. So the guy comes up on the porch, and sure enough, CJ, wearing shorts, a tank top, and sandals, beat this guy literally back off the porch and down the steps. It was crazy. So, this is 20 years ago. We didn't have cell phones to keep in touch, like texting. No one checked emails. We come back after summer vacation, and our friend Eric, we're all standing around. He goes, so CJ, been in any fights lately? And he immediately says, nothing organized. I thought it was so funny, like, you know, organized boxing. This dude just like fights people like for fun. And we like to fight people for fun. This sport, though, this brings me to my point. This sport is so organized these days. Back in the day, there was so many just pickups. You'd have to figure out what to do because people would get tired. You didn't have the same amount of fighters you do now. People would be dropping out. You're trying to figure out how are you going to finish up your event. You got 3 hours to entertain people, and almost everyone's tired or hurt. So you'd have people just pick up and do things. Like the famous brick fight we had like 5 years ago in Maryland. We're like, well, we need to do something to keep these people entertained, right? So, this sport is very organized. You go to an event, there's like melee stuff, there's duel stuff. Everything's written down, you know who's fighting who. It's almost like there's no room for anything else. However, you can challenge someone to a duel in this sport. Especially, so this is like if you're new to this sport, you don't know how this stuff happens. Basically, you sign up for a tournament, you know exactly what you're doing. But, aside from like maybe fighting, meeting up and fighting at a practice or something, you can challenge somebody, and in some of these events, there's like grudge matches and like challenges, like stuff that's been in the works for months. Things happen behind the scenes, right? They're usually friendly rivalries. Everybody pretty much gets along. Some people don't like each other naturally. That's going to be in any kind of sport or any organization, but for the most part, everyone gets along. You know how to challenge somebody to a duel in Buhurt Armored Combat? Facebook Messenger. I woke up to this message on like April 30th. I hadn't been on Messenger for like 4 or 5 days. Open it up and I got challenged. And I accepted. So, and we are going to fight great swords. So everybody, we're going to have a great sword fight on this channel. Finally, I'm going to get to put this thing to use late September. So stay tuned for the video. And like I said, this is how you challenge someone to a duel. Send them a Facebook message or like this, TikTok. Pajama Night on TikTok. You look him up. You follow him. He's a great dude. And him and I kind of have a little bit of a rivalry. A fun one, right? We fought last time. You know, I won it. It was like, whatever. So he'll probably beat me this time. But the thing is, it just keeps going. And it's a lot of good bonding that happens too. You make some good friends. We're all friends before and after. So that is how you challenge someone to a fight. Send them a Facebook message. Just think if they're like really famous high-tier knights sitting around a castle, texting back and forth if they had cell phones back then. Like, you know, I challenge you to a duel, so-and-so day. And the other one goes, I accept. That's basically what it is. It's like knights challenging each other through text message. Now, of course, there's plenty of other ways it happens. People talk face-to-face at events, you know, like, oh, I'd love to fight you in sword and shield and stuff like that. I just thought it was a funny thing to share. That, you know, you challenge someone to a duel on Facebook Messenger. That's just how it is as a modern chivalric sport. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. Don't forget, because we got the Great Sword fight coming up in September. So stay tuned for that. But Pajama Night. Catch you in the next video.